All right, so welcome to this session, and we're going to talk about why monk mode. All right, why monk mode? Why is monk mode even important? Why should I even consider monk mode? Is this some sort of fad, or is this something that's gonna, even have an effect in my life? All right, so we're going to talk about why monk mode and why you should maybe consider it. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So let's face it. Oops. Most of us already know what we should be doing, right? So most of us already know the actions that we should be doing. And this is the harsh truth with 99% of the people out there. Yes, some people might not know what to do, but if you're an entrepreneur, then most likely you have a good head on your shoulders and you know what you should be doing. Right. Something along the lines of sales, maybe something along the lines of something that you know you should be doing, but you're not. And for some reason, we don't do what's required to accomplish our goals. If I told somebody, hey, you need to stop drinking to hit your seven-figure goal this month, and the person was, and it was inevitable if they stopped that, they would get to their seven-figure goal. Well, I'd bet that most people would stop. But it's like we all don't believe that, if we don't do these things, or that if we commit to the actions that are required, that we, won't achieve our goal. And it's like we all believe that. It's like we're operating in that agreement, which is not true. Right? If we just do what we should be doing, we'll accomplish what we need to accomplish. And most of the times we get in our own way. And therefore, the kryptonite, the thing that stops us from reaching our goal, is not an external situation. It's not your niche. It's not the business model. It's not the season. It's ourselves. We are the ones that always stop ourselves from accomplishing our goals. And think about the last time you didn't reach a goal. And I want you to really think about that. Was it the business model? Was it the circumstance? Or was it really you that was stopping you from reaching that goal? Right. And how do we do this? How do we stop ourselves from accomplishing our goals? Right. I think we talk a lot about how do we accomplish our goals? These are the actions. But really, most of the time, we're stopping ourselves from getting to our goal. And so we should be asking ourselves the question, how are we stopping ourselves from reaching our goal? That's a better question to ask because you get rid of all the things that you're doing to prevent yourself from getting to the goal. Right. So how do we do this? Well, it varies for everyone. They all have their own kind of escape mechanisms and their ways of distraction and suppression. But to name a few that I've seen in my own life, we smoke weed, we smoke vapes, we smoke cigs, we drink alcohol. These are all things that ruin our focus, that bring us down in terms of energy, that distract us from getting the things that we need to get done. And it not only ruins our health, which of course it ruins our health, but it also just ruins everything else, our focus, our ability to get shit done. Right. If you're always picking up a vape every 10 minutes, every hour, you're not able to just face what needs to be faced. And a lot of business is just dealing with emotional things. Right. It's like the emotional thing of not feeling good enough if you do this webinar the wrong way. And it's like, okay, we go ahead and smoke a vape. And we totally avoid addressing this negative emotion that we feel, which is unworthiness. And if we don't address it and we're always running away to a vape, then we'll never be able to take the next step. And we form procrastination and we just call it procrastination when really it's just us avoiding the negative emotions that we don't want to experience. That's the harsh truth about procrastination. It's not procrastination, it's you avoiding to feel and address negative emotions. That's all it is. That's all procrastination is. And we don't see it because we're too busy distracting ourselves. So we go on our phones. Oh, I don't even want to think about this webinar I have to do. Let me just text a buddy or check social media or smoke my vape or let me just go smoke weed. All my problems will go away. The thing is, our problems don't go away. They just get shoved to the bottom. And when they get shut to the bottom, guess what? They're going to come back up at some point. And this is what we do. We have things come up, and then we smoke a vape, we smoke weed, drink alcohol, push it back down. Then it comes back up when we're sober or when we're going about our day next day, and then it comes up and we smoke weed or drink alcohol or check social media and we shove it down. It's like these things, these emotions are trying to come up. And these emotions are the things that stop us. Right? If you think about a monk really doesn't do much. When you imagine a monk is sitting down in meditation a lot of the times. And the reason that they meditate and they stay silent and they don't do much is because they're addressing themselves. Right? They're not running around trying to work harder and work more hours. They don't even work because they're killing their ego. All the things that come up, they're addressing and they're facing instead of running away from it. All right. But in our modern society, we don't do that. We don't have time to be monks. So we're working more hours. We're trying to achieve more things. And what does it all do? It just covers up and pushes down all the things that we don't want to address, which is the real reason on why we're not able to get shit done and why we get in our own way when we distract ourselves. All right. So again, we distract ourselves with weed, vapes, alcohol, social media, outside chatter, news, gossip, friends, pleasure, things that bring us pleasure, movies, right? We consume food, junk food, social outings, happy hour. Oh, there's happy hour. Oh, let's go to happy hour. It's like, guys, our society is built in a way that we can continuously just get involved. And what that does, it distracts us again from going inwards and addressing all the shit that's in here, which is the real shit that you need to address to level the fuck up. Okay. All these things that society has created is robbing us of our attention. It's taking our attention and it's putting it to where we want it, or where they want us to put it. Social media wants you to be on social media. They want you to consume as many hours as possible. Everything's engineered in social media to put you in social media, to suck you in. And you lose control over yourself. And therefore, you're not able to create. You're not able to think straight. You're not able to do the things that you want to do because you're too busy being consumed and distracted by the outside world. And so again, monk mode is not just monk mode. It's regaining control over your life so that you can do the things that you want to do and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. It takes tremendous willpower, guys, to create a new reality. It takes tremendous discipline to create the life that you want to create. And if you're busy taking all that willpower, taking all that discipline and putting it towards things like weed, vapes, alcohol, social media, outside chatter, happy hours, pleasure, movies, TV shows, Netflix, then guys, it's going to be very hard to accomplish your goals. And I can tell you that's the reason on why you're not able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Why you keep getting your own way is because these things that bring you pleasure, it's too hard to let go of. And what I'm saying here is that if you really knew that these were the things that were getting your way, and I told you confidently that if you just let go of all these things to get what you really want, would you do it? And I can promise you, if it was guaranteed that that was the answer, then you guys would all operate in a way that's in monk mode. You drop all the things. If you really wanted it and you knew those were the things that were holding us back. The thing is, we don't think these are the things that are holding us back. And it's designed in a way, and we tell ourselves stories in a way that justifies why these aren't getting in the way, when it's just all stories that we make up. And it's all protection mechanisms to keep these things in place so that we can keep being the same person that we were yesterday, make the same decisions that we made yesterday. And guess what, guys? If we keep doing the same things that we did yesterday, we keep thinking the same things, we're not going to create a new reality. And we're not going to be able to accomplish new things that we want to accomplish. Okay. And so, I have so many people that I know, and they just stay in all day. They sit around without getting any sort of movement in, and they smoke weeds, they smoke vapes, they drink alcohol, they consume outside chatter, And the result is that inevitably, when we're consumed and we're consuming, guess what? We lose the ability and the willpower to create. Right? There's very two sides of things. There's creation, there's creating, taking action, which is the willpower. This is what creates businesses. This is what creates 7, 8, 10-figure businesses. Whereas this is consuming, and this is very passive. And this is what leads to us being weak. You become lazy. You become undisciplined to take action, to move forward on other things. So the question is, how long are you spending time in this area? And if you were just to let go of this side of things, why? Ask yourself why you need to be living in this side of the life where you're consuming, being a victim. And is it really worth to stick here to sacrifice what you really, really want and what you want to create? If the answer is no, if it's not worth it, then this is what you're committing to. Monk mode is you committing to letting go of this side of things, to commit and go all in on creating what you really want to create. That's what this is all about. All right. So this is why monk mode exists, and this is why monk mode is so important. So if you want to create the life that you want to create and get the results that you want to get done and accomplish, do the actions that are required. Do what you already know what you should do. And stop getting your own way. Monk mode is going to be your first step. All right, so that's it for today's session, and I'll see you guys in the next one.